Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Alyssa and I build Lego sets. It's been a couple weeks since I've talked to you guys. I finally got back from my Disney World trip. It was so much fun. So while I was there, I was in the Lego store and found a new Lego set. So I found the Haunted Mansion one. So I thought I would build this one this week. So this set is the mini Haunted Mansion. I believe it looks like it only comes with one minifigure, so we're gonna make that first. I think this one's Mr. Gracie, I wanna say. Here we go, little one. So this is set 40512. It has 680 pieces in this set. The set came out 2 years ago in 2022, so it's a couple years old. It's been a couple weeks since I've had any videos posted. As most of you know, I was on a trip to Disney World. I was there for 2 weeks. It was so much fun. I can't believe I'm already back. It went by so fast. I was planning on trying to record more videos before I left and post them so they would be like still consistent, but I ended up getting sick right after New Year's and I wasn't able to do that. So actually while I was in Disney World I got a little sick, so still a little bit recovering right now, but I'm a super big Haunted Mansion fan. I love them. I love the rides. Love the movies, both of them. So for the rides, I did go on quite a few times in Disney World and it was so much fun. I love the Disney World Haunted Mansion way better than the Disneyland. I love their like queue and their line, and I think just outside looks so much cuter too. Inside's very similar, so I guess on that sense it's not that different, but the outside has just such a different vibe compared to Disneyland, and I love that so much better. Last year they came out with the Haunted Mansion movie. Well, they came out with the second movie, I guess I'd say. The first one, it was pretty good. I liked it, but the second one, I love the second one. Like anytime they have it on the plane rides and stuff like that, I always watch that movie. And it's also like kind of funny because the girl that died in it, her name was Alyssa. I love how similar they made it to the rides. I could watch that movie every day. I'm really hoping that I can go to Disneyland Paris later in this year and then go on the new Haunted Mansion ride. I think that'd be so much fun. That one looks so cute too. The outside queue and what they made it look like and everything like that. Although in Disneyland, they do turn the Haunted Mansion into Nightmare Before Christmas, and I love that movie. It's definitely a classic for during Halloween time. Have to watch it. It's very sad that they don't do that in Disney World, but I've also never been to Disney World during Halloween time, and I'm hoping that I can make a trip down there this year. I'm very surprised at how many pieces are in this set. Like, I have a couple sets that I was looking at today, and the box was very deceiving for how many pieces it had in it. It was like a super small box, and it has over 600 pieces in this set. Alright, we finished part 1. A little bit like that. Just the bottom of the tower or mansion, I want to say. Alright, on to part 2. Let's see. So I thought I would talk a little bit about my trip. So I'll do like a park per video. So like this one, I thought I would do Magic Kingdom since the Haunted Mansion's in Magic Kingdom. So of course Magic Kingdom is the park that feels the most Disney out of all of them. It's most like Disneyland, that's the park that I'm used to the most, I guess. The only difference really is that it doesn't have Galaxy's Edge in it, but so that also makes it more of a little kiddie park than any of the rest of them, I guess. Except they just added the new ride, Tron, which was amazing. It was so good. The only complaint that I have is that it was way too short. Like, it needs to be like a couple minutes longer. It's only like a minute and some seconds long, and it doesn't give it justice. But it was still a lot of fun. You of course have to get in the queue. So at 7 a.m. and 1 p.m. you have to go through the app, and at the second it turns either 7 a.m. or 1 p.m. you have to try and get in this queue. And it is the most stressful thing, all of Disney, because if you don't get in that queue, you're not riding that ride. And obviously, of course, it's the ones that are the funnest rides are the ones you have to get in the queue for. So they only have 2 at Disney World. So they have a queue for Tron and for Guardians, which is an Epcot, and I'll talk about that in another video. But Tron was such a great ride. Like, the line and everything that you wait in, it's so cute compared to the movie. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie, actually, but it was great. I couldn't resist, and at the shop, I bought the little disc thing that's from the movie. It like lights up and it's a speaker. It's really cute, and I couldn't say no, so had to get that. It's such a unique ride too, like how you get on, you're basically like on a motorcycle almost, and it is the fastest like acceleration, I guess. And then you like go outside for a little bit, and then you go inside, and that part's really cool too. At one point, so you're blue the whole time, except there's one point where you're like in the mirror and you can see the side of you, and it turns orange to the side, and I think they do that so it looks like you're racing someone else, like the other team, I guess. The Magic Kingdom has like the OG rides, I guess you want to say, like the Haunted Mansion, obviously, and Pirates. Both are such great rides. They also have like everything like Tomorrowland, so Space Mountain is a classic. And then of course all like the little kiddie ones, like the princesses and teacups and all that kind of stuff. But when you walk down Main Street and you see the castle, okay, the castle is so much bigger than Disneyland. Disneyland's castle is an absolute disgrace, okay? It's so tiny compared to Disney World. It's so sad to walk down in Disneyland and see this teeny tiny little castle at the end of the way. So Disney World definitely got us beat on that one. Of course, I like Haunted Mansion better in Disney World. Pirates, I do like Disneyland's Pirates better. The queue is kind of lame in Disney World. Surprisingly, they didn't really have a lot of characters out in Magic Kingdom. So for sure you got to meet Jack, and I don't know what like was going on with Jack, but I feel like the costume just was not working for this person, or they just did a really bad job. It looked like Jack was supposed to be going to a drag show. Something was a little off about Jack, or the first one I met, I guess. He was not the Jack from what I remembered, but there's a couple of them out though. I guess I get why there's so many pieces in this set, even though it's a super small box. There is a lot of teeny tiny little pieces in here. This is gonna take a while. we done with part 2? Let's see. It's definitely such a change with like the weather and everything in Florida, especially coming from like California. There were days where it was freezing cold, had to wear so many layers, and it was still cold the whole day. And other days it was so hot, had to wear shorts and short sleeves, and you're sweating. So it kind of sucks. It makes it so hard to figure out what to pack. But I refuse to ever go to Disney World in the middle of summer again. I did that one year and it was absolutely terrible. In the middle of July. I will never, ever go back to Disney World in the middle of summer, so. I have another trip planned, and that's gonna be my last like before summer, and I have a feeling it's gonna be pretty hot during that time, so make it a little easier to pack for, I guess. So there's not a lot of different rides in Magic Kingdom than there is in Disneyland. But one that is different is the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Definitely a little kid, like kind of ish roller coaster, but for some reason that ride was always a super long wait, so I was only able to ride it once. Also, I can't believe like the audacity of some of these people, like some of these people are just completely clueless or just don't even care. So, because the mine train was always such a long wait, like I said, I only rode it once. But the time that I did ride it, there was this family that was in front of me. So it was a dad and his like 6 kids, and it looked like they were all like about a year or 2 apart, and they were all just messing around in line, and it's whatever. But the line was pretty long. I think it was like 80 or 90 minutes long. How to explain this? So it's Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. So they have some interactive things where you can like play with, like the kids can play with like they have like some jewels and some like this water game and all this different stuff like that. So all these kids, all 6 of the kids ran up when they could see like this little interactive thing and started playing with it. And then they just cut everyone. Like went past about 50 people, cut them, and then motioned for the dad to come along, and about 15 minutes later the dad went and stood with everyone else, and no one seemed to care that this entire family in bright red matching shirts just cut everyone. So that was crazy. I couldn't believe that happened. It was in front of me, so like they were already in front of me, so like I wasn't gonna say anything, like I didn't care, but just so crazy. And then all these people just like whenever you're in line, they just keep bumping into you while you're waiting, I guess. So every time the line goes forward, for some reason they don't pay attention and just keep bumping into me. So this one day, can't remember what park I was in. It was the same family that kept getting behind me on every single ride that I went on, and like I can't believe how many times they just were behind me and then they just kept bumping into me, and ridiculous. So ridiculous. I feel like in Magic Kingdom or Disney World, I guess, the food isn't as good as it is in Disneyland. So like that's one of the things that kind of sucks is like the quick service or like the like little stands they have. So the churros are absolute trash. Absolute trash in Disney World. Like, do not get the churros. They are terrible. Disneyland churros are so good, and it's such a disgrace. So like a lot of the snack foods I don't even get anymore. But I really do like the I don't like the character dining, but like their what do they call it? It's like interactive dining or inclusive I don't know what they call it, but where it's like the restaurant has like themed towards something Disney. So they have like a Be Our Guest restaurant, which is in the Beast Castle, and that's really cute. I love to do that. It's so expensive, so I don't think I'm gonna do it next time, but you have to get like a reservation in advance because it's kind of hard to get into, or at least I've heard. I don't typically have too hard of a time trying to get into it. I've also kind of like figured out a way to hack the system a little bit, so I mean, I guess not hack the system, but just know when the right time is to get a reservation. I've gotten really good at that. And so it's like in this castle, and they have like the West Wing and the main dining room, and they also have where you can dine in Cinderella's castle. So like you walk down Main Street in the main castle. It's like in the back side, you can go in there. I've done it a couple times. My last, so not this trip, but the trip before, I had reservations to be in there, and it happened to be during when they were doing the fireworks. So you get to sit in there and eat your meal and watch the fireworks, which was really cool. But this time they had like all the princesses out, and you could take pictures, and they were walking around, and so cute. I just hate how expensive it is to do both of those, so I probably won't do it next time. But it was fun. I always like doing that in Magic Kingdom. Alrighty, we have part 3 done. Just have one more to go. Looking pretty cute, so tiny. All these pieces are so small. It hurts my fingers already. Alright, we're on to our last part. And these look like even smaller pieces. So yeah, while I was there, I was able to see their fireworks show that they have. In the past, I've done like firework packages where you have like a reserved spot. And I've also this trip I didn't really do any of those. They always I was into like regret them later on. So like in the past, I did one and I got there super early. I was like, okay, I'm getting a really good spot. I paid for this. And then right before they started, this mom, she thought it would be okay to just scoot her way in front of me. And so that just kind of like ruined the show for me. And like I was supposed to get this really good spot and I didn't because of this lady. And so that really sucked. So I kind of just decided that I'm not going to do those anymore. Because, you know, if you pay extra for it, like, you have that expectation of it to be amazing, and sometimes it's not. So this time I decided I'm just gonna, you know, walk up, maybe I'll wait a few minutes for it, and have no expectation of, like, how it's gonna be, I guess. I know it was great, it was amazing. I loved this one so much better than the 50th that they had, the fireworks show that they had for that. I believe this one was called Happily Ever After, so like the one that they had before. And one thing I don't like about like some things that they do in Disney World is whenever they have like play the songs from the movies, they do covers. So like it's not the actual song from the movie. It's like someone's covering it, and I hate that. I like it when they use like the original songs. And so the fireworks show for the 50th, majority of the songs were like the covers, and so that kind of bothered me, but I mean it's so cute. But for this one that they had this time, almost all of them were like original songs, and so that was really cool to see. And they also have like the Tinkerbell that like she goes from the castle and like is on like the string or whatever, which that was cool to see. I think that was the first time I saw that, and it makes me cry every time. I don't know why. Just like World of Color. So Disney World does not have World of Color, and that's my favorite show that they do. Firework, anything like that. World of Color is my favorite, and they don't do that one at Disney World, so it's kind of sad, but these teeny pieces are just like destroying my thumb. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how many small pieces are in here. So in Disney World, they definitely do have a lot more of like restaurants to eat at rather than just like quick service stuff, which is really nice. So I did the Cinderella's Castle and the Be Our Guest, which is a lot of fun. I also did the Lady and the Tramp restaurant, and so that's more of like Italian food. They have these ginormous mozzarella sticks. Like I have never seen anyone ever do them like this. They only give like 2 of them and they're like this big. Like, I cannot believe how big these freaking mozzarella sticks were. So be forewarned if you ever go there. They also have like a buffet place. So I believe it was like the Liberty Tree Tavern. It's basically a buffet of like Thanksgiving food. And that was so good. I really like the buffet places because they just kind of like It's like a normal buffet, so they kind of bring everything to you for majority of them. Some of them, they're still like a regular like buffet. That place was really good. I think I'm gonna do that one next time, and it's not too pricey for everything you get there. I did a new one, or I guess another new one. I don't remember what it's called. It's like themed around Jungle Cruise. That place was okay. I mean, it's pretty good. It's not bad. I just heard that they're now selling the Tiana's beignets in Magic Kingdom the day after I left, so that's great. And they're not gonna have them the next time I'm there, so that kind of sucks, but they're definitely one of my favorites. So talking about the fireworks again, so I was able to go on like a few more rides during the fireworks instead of going to watch them. And I can't believe how many people like go and watch the fireworks and how low the ride times are. I was planning on going to see the fireworks on my last day, but then I kind of just decided last minute to just go on the rides instead. And so in Haunted Mansion and that ride is always a super long wait for some reason in the Magic Kingdom. But I basically just walked on. And then after that, I went to go onto Big Thunder Mountain. And I did not realize how different of a ride that one is in Magic Kingdom compared to Disneyland. Now I understand why it's always a long wait for that one. While I was in line, I was able to kind of see like the end of the fireworks from the queue and everything, which was kind of cool. Alright, we're finally done with the Haunted Mansion. It turned out so cute. But way too many damn pieces for how small this thing is, but it definitely turned out adorable. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys next week.